Alex got his first real paycheck at 22. Junior developer, $68,000 a year. His parents cried. His professor said congratulations. His college group chat exploded with fire emojis. Finally, real money. His own. No more ramen math. No more checking the bank balance before ordering off a menu. No more, I'll pay you back when I get paid.
That was 14 months ago. Alex has $240 in savings, and here's what keeps me up at night. Alex did everything right. Got the degree, landed the job, got a raise at month 10. The trap was already set before his first paycheck landed. We're digging up a mechanism that was built before you graduated, before you started applying, before you were born, honestly. What you do with what we find, that's entirely your call. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how the salary trap works, why every raise tightens it instead of loosening it, and 3 specific pressure points where people actually break free. Let's go. Here's the official story of how money works when you land your first real job. You sign the contract, you get paid, you cover rent and food, you save whatever's left. You get promoted, you save more. Eventually, freedom. Clean, logical, sounds about right. Here's what actually happens. You sign the contract, you get paid, and your entire financial identity reorganizes around that number. Your rent goes up because now you qualify for a better apartment. Your car payment appears because you can finally, quote, afford it. Your subscriptions multiply because you work hard. You deserve it. Your clothes upgrade. Your nights out upgrade. Your sense of what's normal to spend on a Tuesday upgrades. And the savings? The savings slot fills last, and most months, it never fills at all. This isn't bad luck. This isn't a willpower problem. This isn't you being irresponsible. This is a system. It has a name. Economists call it lifestyle inflation. On the street, we call it getting played in slow motion. Let me run Alex's actual numbers, because this is where abstract theory stops and your bank account starts. $68,000 a year. Sounds solid, right? After federal and state taxes, he takes home about $4,300 a month. He already lost 23% before he touched a single dollar. Now watch. Rent, mid-tier city, reasonable neighborhood, $1,200. Car payment, because the bus schedule didn't work with his hours, $380. Insurance on that car, $140. Student loan, income-based repayment plan, he's managing it, $220 a month. He feels like he won. He's paying interest. The principal barely moves. Phone, he upgraded because the old one was 3 years old, $65 a month, locked in for 2 years. Streaming, gym membership, cloud storage, project management app he opens twice a month, $130. Food, transit, the random cost of being alive, around $500. That's $2,635 every month, fixed, before anything unexpected happens. He has $1,665 left. That sounds like room. That sounds like savings. Except the month doesn't stop there. There's the work dinner he couldn't skip without looking weird. There's the friend's birthday where he was suddenly the one who has money now. There's the weekend trip the group planned, because nobody thinks about the people who say yes with their mouth and no with their bank account. There's the Amazon order at 11 p.m. because he had a hard week. There's the app he subscribed to and forgot about. Month ends, $240. He got a raise at month 10, $4,000 more per year, $330 extra a month before taxes. After taxes, $212 more a month. He moved to a slightly nicer apartment, $180 more per month. Net result of an entire year of strong performance? $32 a month. The trap doesn't punish you for earning less. It scales with you every time. automatically. That's the design. Now, let me show you why this isn't an accident or a personal failure. There are 3 layers to this mechanism. Each one feeds the next. Layer 1. The credit system inflates your capacity to owe in real time. When you start earning more, your credit score improves. When your credit score improves, you get pre-approved for more. A better car, a bigger apartment, a higher credit card limit. They're not offering you opportunity. They're increasing your capacity to owe, the exact moment you have the income to service the debt. That's not a coincidence. That's a product. You are the customer and the inventory at the same time. Every raise you get, the financial system immediately responds by extending your borrowing ceiling. Before you even decide what to do with the extra money, someone has already printed you an invitation to spend beyond what you earn. Layer 2. The psychology of deserving it. This one hits different because it's not outside you. It's inside you. You worked hard. You stressed about money for years. You made sacrifices other people didn't see. And now there's a voice that says, you deserve the upgrade. You've earned the better apartment. Treat yourself. You've been waiting for this your whole adult life. That voice isn't wrong. You do work hard, but that voice was also carefully cultivated. By every ad you've absorbed since you were 12, by every social reel of someone your exact age living their best life, by a cultural signal repeated so many times it feels like instinct, that the measure of success is what you consume. The trap doesn't need to force you. It just needs you to want to step into it. And after years of being told, when you finally make real money, you'll be able to, you walk straight in, voluntarily, with a smile. That's not weakness. That's what years of conditioning looks like when it finally activates. And the reason it works so cleanly? Because it feels good. The upgrade feels like progress. The nicer apartment feels like you made it. The new car feels like a reward you earned. The trap is only a trap if you call it one. While you're inside it, it feels like life going well. And then layer 3 hits. And this one you don't see coming. Layer 3, the golden handcuffs. This one is the quietest and the most permanent. By month 18, Alex can't quit. Not because he loves the job. He's already Googled 2 competitors. Not because he's climbing fast. He hasn't had a real performance conversation in 6 months. He can't quit because his entire financial life is now load-bearing on $68,000 a year. The car depends on it. The apartment depends on it. The subscriptions, the social life, the version of himself he built in the last year and a half. All of it has structural walls connected to that number. If he walks away, it all gets torn down, and starting over feels like going backward. So he stays. Here's what the company knows that Alex doesn't. A financially dependent employee is a manageable employee. This isn't speculation. It shows up consistently in employee retention research. When your lifestyle is sized to your current salary, your employer knows you're not going anywhere. They call it retention. Alex calls it, I can't afford to leave. Same thing, different perspective. The handcuffs don't hurt. They just get tighter every time you upgrade your life.
Now here's the part that will genuinely mess with your worldview. Most people think the exit is just more money. Get promoted. Hit the next salary band. Then there will finally be room to breathe.
Let me show you what the data actually says about that. Researchers studying salary satisfaction across income groups, tracking thousands of households over multiple years, found a pattern that holds across nearly every income level. When people were asked how much they'd need to earn to feel financially comfortable, the answer was consistently around 1.4 times their current income. People earning $40,000 said $56,000. People earning $80,000 said $112,000. People earning $200,000 said $280,000. The finish line moves. Because the comparison point is not survival math, the comparison point is your peer group, your neighborhood, your social feed, your internalized sense of what's normal. When you move up an income band, you move into a different peer group, different neighborhood, different restaurants, different version of what counts as a reasonable week. The gap between income and spending doesn't automatically widen with a raise. It follows you. And this is exactly why someone making $150,000 can also be living paycheck to paycheck. And why someone making $45,000 with a lower burn rate quietly builds something real. Income is not freedom. The gap between income and spending is freedom. They are not the same number. Most people never separate them. That's not an accident either. All right, I'm not leaving you inside the mechanism. Here are 3 pressure points where people actually break the cycle. Not motivation, not mindset content. Pattern recognition from people who actually did it. Pressure point 1. Protect the gap before you upgrade. The salary trap only locks you in if you immediately expand your lifestyle to match the new income. There is one window where you have any real leverage. It's the first 60 to 90 days at any new income level. Before the apartment upgrade, before the car decision, before your social identity recalibrates to the new number. That's the window where the gap exists. The system wants you to fill it immediately. That's what the pre-approval letter is for. That's what the "you deserve it" voice is for. That's what everyone around you upgrading at the same time is for. Don't fill it. Not forever. 90 days. I'm not telling you to live like a monk. I'm saying, at the next income jump, don't upgrade anything for 90 days. Let the gap accumulate. That gap is the only raw material you have. Once lifestyle absorbs it, it's gone, and the trap closes. Pressure point 2. One income stream that doesn't require all of your time. Alex's entire financial life sits on one wire. One company deciding to keep paying him. Single point of failure. The exit from the golden handcuffs isn't a second job that eats all your remaining hours. That's just 2 forms of dependence instead of 1. The exit is building something that generates independently, a skill you can deploy for clients outside your employer, a piece of content that keeps getting found, a small resale operation running on weekends, a digital template you built once and keep selling. Here's what that actually looks like for someone in Alex's position. At month 8, Alex spent 4 weekends building a 1-page Notion finance tracker and put it on a selling platform for $12. He told 3 online communities about it. By month 14, it had sold 63 times. That's $756 total. Not life-changing. But it means Alex now has a number that doesn't come from his employer. And here's what that small number actually did. It changed how Alex talks to his manager. He stopped agreeing to everything. He stopped being afraid of the conversation. $300 a month won't change your life financially in month 1. It will change it psychologically. And that's where the trap actually lives. Here's where it can go sideways, though. Building any kind of second stream takes real time and often returns nothing for 3 to 6 months. It's a long game with a real-time cost. Go in with eyes open, not on the hype. Pressure point 3. Run the actual math out loud. Once. Most people live in financial fog. They have a rough sense. They don't have the actual numbers. Alex thinks he knows where his money goes. He doesn't. When he actually sits down and adds every line, the subscriptions he forgot, the recurring charges that auto-renewed for a 3rd year, the small upgrades that stacked on top of each other, the picture is genuinely different from the one in his head. You cannot interrupt a mechanism you haven't mapped. I'm not telling you to track every coffee. I'm saying, once a month, add up what actually left your account, every single line. No judgment, just the numbers. The system benefits from your financial fog. Confusion is a feature of this product, not a bug. The moment you have real clarity, the trap loses its grip, and then you can make your own call. I'm not here to make that call for you. I'm showing you the math so you can decide what to do with it. Look, Alex's story isn't over, but the trap is designed to make you feel like it is. Like you're doing okay because the lights are on and the apartment looks good and the job is stable. Stable is not the same thing as free. The salary trap isn't about being broke. It's about being stuck. Stuck earning, stuck spending, stuck depending on one company, one income stream, one number that the system will always find a way to grow around. The good news, the trap is mechanical. It runs the same 3 layers every single time. Credit ceiling up, psychology activated, lifestyle locked. Repeat. And mechanical things can be interrupted, but only after you see the mechanism clearly. The people who actually got out, they didn't out-earn the trap. They outmaneuvered it. They saw the 3 layers, found the one window, and moved before the lifestyle could lock in. That window exists for you right now. It exists every time your income changes. The question is whether you use it or let it close. This week, pick one of those 3 pressure points, not all 3. 1. Look at your gap, not your income, your gap. And if you've been living inside a version of this trap longer than you realized, drop it in the comments. I read all of them, and I genuinely want to know at what point it clicked. Don't let them play you. Listen to what they're actually saying.